Hi, this is Shadi, and the Mongols are on the shore, arguably the strongest warrior race to have ever lived. Their three pillars to make a perfect warrior are horsemanship, archery, and of course their folk style wrestling, the Bökh Wrestling, which we're gonna discuss in this video, or discuss its history, its first depictions, and the several versions according to the regions, what goes on into their clothing, the ceremony in order to open up a match and close the match, the courtesy of the wrestler towards his other fellow wrestler, and also just discuss in general and compare it to something like sumo and judo, because it has infiltrated both sumo and judo, very much successfully being a grappling art of the East. So Bökh Wrestling, initially the first depictions of Mongolian grapplers was very much similar to sumo, but it was during the Neolithic era in the Bayan Kongur province of Mongolia, 7000 BC. It shows two naked men grappling and surrounded by crowds, meaning that it was a festival, an event to come and watch people wrestle. So the art of Bökh also appears on bronze plates discovered in the ruins of the Xiongnu Empire 200 BC, and also the military men of Genghis Khan also were training in Bökh Wrestling during the Mongolian Empire in order to keep them fit, strong, and with good stamina. And according to the secret history of the Mongols, which is one of the only surviving written records of Mongolians, in 1240 AD, in the fourth chapter, you have the depiction of like the birth of Bökh Wrestling, or why it's called Bökh Wrestling. And the story goes as follows, and I quote: "One day, Genghis Khan had Bökh and Bolgutei wrestle each other. Bökh belonged to the Jurchen tribe. Formerly, Bökh was able to hold on to Bolgutei by one hand, to drop him on the ground by one leg, and keep him immobile there on the ground. Bökh was a nationally famous wrestler. However, on this occasion, when Bökh and Bolgutei were made to wrestle each other, Bökh fell on the ground despite being undefeated champion. Bolgutei managed with great effort to press Bökh down at the shoulders and proceeded to sit on his belt area. He then glanced at Genghis Khan from the corner of his eye. Genghis Khan bit his lower lip. Bolgutei understood the meaning of this, held Bökh firmly, jerked him at the chest and buttocks, and broke his back. Bökh said, with his back broken, 'I never lost a match to Bolgutei. I fell purposely to please the Khan out of fear, but now I have lost my life.' Having said this, he died. Bolgutei broke his back, dragged him, and then left his body. The eldest of the 7 sons of Kabul Khan was Okin Barklag, and the second eldest was Bartan Batar. Yusekei Batar, the father of Genghis Khan, was his son. The third son of Kabul Khan was Kutug Monkor. Bökh was his son. Whenever Bökh wrestled, he far outperformed the sons of Bartan Batar. He was close friends with the brave sons of Barkag. This was how the national wrestling champion Buri had his back broken by Bolgutei." So this story talks about a man by the name of Bökh, who was a great wrestler who lost purposefully to please the Khan, and hence the folk style wrestling was named after him according to legends and according to the ancient writings of the Mongolians of the medieval period of around 1200 AD, the year of the monkey. So let's talk a little bit about the rules and the clothing, and also how they differ from area to area. So about the rules, you have the goal is to get your opponent to touch his upper body and also knees and elbows on the ground. The inner Mongolian version, any part of the body touching the ground signifies defeat. There are no weight classes or age limits or time limits. I mean, if you think about it, since there's no submissions or only you have to touch the ground, there's no ippon or wazari, very specific way of landing. I would imagine there's no need for time limits because, yes, there are some bouts that lasted over hours according to legends, but nonetheless, till this day, time limit does not exist. And according to the region, either Inner Mongolia, where any part of the body touches, or just the regular Bokh or Balbak, Bokh, if I'm not mistaken, the upper body, knee, or elbow should touch the ground. So you have starting the match, you have the two wrestlers begin the match locked together according to some regions, while others you have no contact. It starts very much like a judo match. And also you have the Inner Mongolians, they have a little different rules. They cannot grab the legs, while all the other parts can grab the legs. So I'm starting to see a pattern here in sumo and Bokh and even judo. You have this split of leg grabbing and no leg grabbing, and it is because of their being warriors, if I'm not mistaken, and keeping the posture up and just taking someone down with upper body posture control. And also you have people who grab the legs. You see versions of sumo where they grab the legs, and you have versions where they are not allowed to grab the leg, almost like judo. So this area, even Shidaoba wrestling, the Georgian wrestling, does not allow leg grips. So I think when it comes to warfare, etc., leg grabs are not that important to them. In order to have the entire Inner Mongolia does not grab the legs, meaning that they are more concerned with upper body control and having their hooks in and around the back. So this sheds a lot of light on when it comes to creating the rules, and not just in judo and say wrestling and jiu-jitsu allow leg grabs, why not judo, etc. You have to see also the entire context of the region, which also paints a clearer picture. I myself, I'm not that much affected by the leg grab ban in judo, so I have no problem with it. Yes, sure, a technique here or there, but not to make it all about just diving low. In my opinion, when it comes to self-defense, you need to have that firm upper body control. So kicking and leg contact, like I said, it depends on the areas, but also strangles, striking, submissions are illegal in every variety of Bokh wrestling. And when it comes to match courtesy, sportsmanship is very much important. For example, there's something they have when someone's clothes get loose, they don't they expect the other to not attack or proceed to grapple. Also, when you win, you help the other contestant to get back up, something you don't see in judo. Sometimes they score the ippon, they keep a poker-like face, and then they go and stand and fix their outfit, waiting for the referee to give them the win. And in my opinion, I do not condone that. You should be not forced, but you should have the courtesy to let your partner up after the ippon in judo, and just keep this poker face, this indifferent face, in my opinion, shows a lack of respect. Let's talk about the outfit. So you have the zodog, which is the jacket around the shoulders and the sleeves. It is traditionally made from wool, but now it has many things going into it, like leather, cotton, silk, and having decorative ornaments on it. You have also the shudag, which is the small briefs or the trunks they wear, also blue and red. And finally the gutal, which is the the cool leather boots they wear with slightly upturned toes, and it is made from leather, silk, and also ribbons. So let's talk about the ceremonial opening. You have, for example, in judo, the bowing and showing respect and bowing to the referee. You also have bowing to the mats. In sumo, you have the sprinkling of the salt and also the Shinto practices, while in Mongolia you have the dance to start the wrestling, and you have also the dance to exit at the end. It changes from region to region. That's also very obvious. You have dances that imitate falcons, phoenixes, lions, and tigers, and also it depends on which region and which animal they imitate. So as you see, it is a very ancient wrestling form that dates back over 9,000 years old. You have naked versions of it depending on the regions, and also you have clothed, and also it depends on the region whether you can grab the leg, whether not. I myself, when it comes to self-defense, I am far more invested into keeping a straight posture and controlling the other's posture rather than breaking my own posture in order to dive or grab their leg and expose my back and the back of my neck. So if you have anything else to add, I will leave this historical archery footage of the footage here you are seeing in front of you in the link in the description, the music as well, and also a few articles if you want to read more about Mongolian folk style wrestling. If you have anything else to add, let me know down below. This was Shadi, and thank you for listening.